Hi everybody, it's Amy again, Swisher Family Farm. We're back here in the greenhouse, and one of the things that I wanted to do better and differently in 2023 is we wanted to plant some more flowers and do it from seed. So the flowers are being planted for a number of reasons. Number one, we want to bring in the pollinators. That's the most important thing. We need the pollinators to come in, pollinate the flowers for the peppers and the tomatoes so that we have a bountiful harvest. There are two other reasons though. The second reason is these flowers are beautiful. They smell good. And then the third reason for planting the flowers from seed is to have more ground cover. One of the things we found last year that was really successful was around our pepper plants. We planted what's called a cosmos. They're just small. They look kind of a little bit like daisies. But they have a wide variety of colors and they're just absolutely gorgeous. You can use them as cut flowers. Or you can just, use them in the garden. They do bring in the pollinators, so that is just a bonus to have them in there. But what they did last year around the pepper plants was they created great ground cover. So I barely had to weed the pepper plants at all. The tomato plants we did, and I did plant marigolds around it, but I didn't use it as ground cover. It was more sporadic. So this year I'm going to do more marigolds from seed and plant them as ground cover around the tomatoes. Hopefully that will help keep the weeds down because I barely had to weed the pepper plants. I had to weed the tomato plants all the time. So we'll see if that's a difference, and I'm going to keep track of that. All right, so I've got my marigolds all planted. I planted 20 Queen Sophia, which are a red transitioning into yellow at the tips of the flower, and then Eskimo. I'm really excited about those because they are white. I've never seen white marigolds before. You go to the big box store, all you get is yellow, maybe some orange, maybe yellow and red mixed. But these are two varieties that I've never seen before. So I'm very excited about planting these and then using them as a ground cover around my tomatoes. So I've got them all planted. I am going to go ahead and pump up my water sprayer. And then I want to get these seeds, these I want to get kind of moist. So I'm going to go ahead and spray it for quite a little bit. Pretty much each cell. And again, I love these markers, the plant markers, because they I had the sprayer right up next to it. They don't run, the marker doesn't run at all. So like I said, we, with a bigger garden, and me still having a full-time job with a bigger garden, I need to do things that are going to help the garden run efficiently. So if I can plant ground cover that will keep down the weeds, then I don't have to go through every day and weed in a much bigger garden. That's going to help save time. So that's my plan with these. Plus, in the past, we have planted them sporadically, as I said before, and it hasn't really kept away the pests. So I'm hoping, so maybe we haven't had enough ground cover in the past. So like I said, everything this year, a lot of the stuff that we're doing is, every year our garden is kind of trial and error. But this year, I said in an earlier video that my garden resolution for 2023, as you should have seen in an earlier video, is that I want to do a better job at planning our garden, documenting our garden, writing down what works, what doesn't work, and that way in the future we can repeat the things that do work and modify the things that don't work to hopefully better make the garden more plentiful. And that's what our goal is. So thank you again for spending another few minutes with me in the greenhouse. I'm loving it in here. I can see my chickens from here, so I can watch them. They're hilarious. Those of you that have chickens, that you can just sit and watch them for hours, the way that they just move around in the coop and the chicken run. So I've got all my seed starters ready so far for the year. I do have some things that I want to direct sow in the garden, and I'll probably be doing that next weekend. Maybe a day or so after that. We may, according to the forecast now, it's still a week away, so a lot can change between now and then, especially here in Tennessee. Sometimes you don't know what the weather's going to do from one day to the next. But we're forecasting to be below freezing next Saturday morning. So I don't want to put anything out in the garden beds yet. I'm going to leave everything here in the greenhouse. Thank you again. This is Amy from Swisher Family Farms. Make sure you hit that subscribe on the way out. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like more content, please hit the notification bell and you'll get notified when we have new content come out. Today we got all of our flowers done for ground cover for our garden. And so some of we are going to do some direct sow, and we'll have some more videos on that coming up. So in the meantime, thank you so much.